I am not okay with this. It's one of those Netflix shows that I feel like has kind of fallen under the radar. Now, I know that when it first came on, there were a lot of people watching it. It showed up in that Netflix top 10 list that they have now. But I've seen it fall off considerably, and I haven't heard anybody talk about it since. Now, that could be because everybody who did watch it, or all the people who were going to watch it already. But I really don't think that this should be one of those shows that's forgotten about, because it really is something special. Yes, it's a coming-of-age teen dramedy, and for a lot of viewers, especially adult ones, that may be enough to kind of check out. But this isn't, 13 Reasons Why or any one of those, teenager shows that take themselves way too seriously. This is something entirely different, and I really think you should give it a chance. Basically, in this show, we follow a girl named Sydney, played by a terrific Sophia Lewis, as she navigates normal teenage life. She's trying to figure out her sexuality, her friendships, and work through certain family dilemmas that have, haunted her or cut her deeply. But basically, she's your average kid. I mean, we've all kind of gone through these things. Well, she's normal until she figures out that she has telekinetic abilities that are only activated when she's stressed or when she's feeling anxious, which of course changes the entire show into something completely different. But the show kind of keeps its, it being a coming-of-age teen drama. It kind of keeps that at the heart of it, and everything else kind of happening. It's just kind of happening, and I actually really enjoyed that. I thought that was a very, very smart way to go with this. Also, the show is really, really short. Like, the episodes some of them don't even break the 20-minute mark. Some of them are a little bit longer, but the show really does get right to the point. And I think because it's so brief, watching it or binging it isn't going to take too long. You don't have to, sit there for hours upon hours. You can look at 20 minutes or so, get up, use the washroom, whatever. Or if you, are a marathon binger like I am, you can get through this in less than 6 hours, which is really, really cool. And the show is interesting, so it's not a hard watch at all. I gotta talk about this cast because they couldn't have picked better kids to play some of these characters. First of all, you have Sophia Lewis as Sydney. You may recognize her from It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. She's also played as Nancy Drew in like a newer iteration of it. And she was also recently in this new Gretel and Hansel movie. So she's already been showing that she has acting prowess. But God, does she really do a good job here. She makes Sydney feel like she's a real person, like a friend that you can call up and talk about some of these issues that she's having. And everything that she's going through, because they're so acted well, you really feel it. And when she's hurt and when she's feeling anxious and everything, of course, a lot of that has to go with the directing skill and, just the way that certain things are cut. But it wouldn't be believable without someone in that title role who can really pull those scenes off. And I really feel like Sophia is just top notch. She really does a great job here. I gotta say the same thing for Wyatt Olaf, who plays her friend Stan. Him and Sid, they both have like a ton of scenes that are just so adorable and so cute, and they really just take you back to when you were a teenager and you had that crush, and you didn't know if they liked you back, or you didn't know how you felt about them, but you guys knew that there was something drawing you together. And so their scenes are some of the best for me. I feel like their relationship is at the heart of the series, which I'm not sure was on purpose, because she definitely has another friend who I think is supposed to be kind of the driving force behind a lot of what happens in the show. But you can't downplay her relationship with Stan. It's just so awesome. And you also have Sophia Bryant as Dinah, who is Sid's best friend in the series, who doesn't get a lot of screen time. She's supposed to be like a best friend, part love interest. And that's good, and she's good when she's on the screen, but they don't really give her a lot to do. You feel Sydney's feelings for her and how she's trying to navigate those feelings, and certain things that may be happening with Stan, but we don't really get too much more of Dinah. Hopefully that will change in in the coming seasons. But for right now, Dinah's just kind of an over there character, and while I did like her, I do feel like she could have gotten more to do, and I hope to see more from her moving forward. Now, I gotta say that I really did like the story, or at least just how it was crafted here. Like I said earlier, the fact that Sydney does have powers and everything, it's a huge part of the show, but it doesn't overtake the show. It doesn't overtake the character. We're still just with regular old Sid, and she's still going through normal things that teenagers go through. And so you're really getting to know her as a character, as a person. And this superhero stuff, or the superpowers, are really just kind of like a side thing that just kind of makes everything else going on in her life a little bit more awkward, or a little bit more weird, and it makes it a little bit tougher for her to navigate through that stuff that we all navigate through. So I feel like the show kind of maintains its heart, or maintains its message well, because they don't focus too much on that. Now, the way it ends, I kind of feel like that's probably going to change. And of course, you'll have to watch it to understand what I'm talking about. But just the way that the narrative, or just the way that the show moves along with everything, it's all still very much based on this girl and her normal issues, instead of being like, oh, this girl is a superhero. Kind of like how Eleven in Stranger Things is pretty much defined by her abilities, or where she came from and all of that. Even though I like that character a lot, that's her, that's what she's defined by. Sid, on the other hand, feels a lot more human and a lot more real, despite that being a part of, her as a character as a whole. There's also kind of like a mysterious kind of background story with her late father, and where these powers may have come from, and all this other stuff. It was interesting, and it will get the viewers interested and all that, but I don't think that they explored that enough in this season for me to really feel any kind of way about it. At this point, it's just kind of like, oh, okay, that's something else that's going on there, but it's really not at the forefront of what's going on. So it's not a problem, it's just not really the strongest part of the plot so far. So when I started watching this show, I felt like it reminded me a lot of End of the Effing World, which is another show that kind of just is about teenagers navigating their life and everything. And so I did some research, and I found out that actually this show and that show were both based on comic books written by Charles Forsman. So he created both of these characters and these stories, and so they're pulling from that. And I was like, wow, okay, so that's why I get so many similarities there, as far as like narratively speaking and all that. Now, while that show isn't sci-fi or superhero-esque or anything, it still has some of the same themes and everything, love, coming of age stuff. So if you do like this, or if you have seen that and you like that, then you'll like this, and vice versa. I really do think that both shows are fantastic. I think the End of the Effing Road is a little bit better, but this definitely is worth your time. For sure. Overall, though, I think that I Am Not Okay With This is a nice little break. It kind of turns the superhero genre on its head by having a girl who doesn't know how to control her powers. They're activated by having very normal emotions. She's not like just some person who just instantly knows how to control everything. She needs to learn. She needs to figure this out, and we're figuring that out with her. The show really doesn't take itself seriously. It's funny. It's really funny, actually, in a ton of points. It has very likable characters, very relatable characters, very relatable situations, and honestly, after watching this, I really cannot wait until season 2 debuts. I'm Not Okay With This is available right now to stream on Netflix. So do me a favor, if you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. What did you think of this review? Have you seen it yet? Do you agree with my assessment? Do you think that I'm Not Okay With This is one of the better shows on Netflix? Or did you not like it at all? Do you think that I should probably go back to the drawing board and decide what good TV actually really is? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you have not done so already, go ahead and click that subscribe button so that you can get more content like this, which contains movie news, reviews, and reactions from your boy Derek, right here at Anamanji. Don't forget to click that like button, and do not forget to click that bell notification so that you will know when I post again. Yeah, this quarantine thing is going by really, really slowly. So I have a ton of time on my hands. Hopefully that will end soon, but if you guys have anything you want me to review or anything you want me to look at, any movies or TV shows, let me know in the comment section. I'm open to anything. But that's all I have for now. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay dope.